Honestly, I mean, they're one of the best fans in DMV.
But yeah, man. So I decided to step outside today, man. So let's give it up for me because I don't really do much, and I stepped outside. I stepped out the house today, man. I went to this event. The event happened to be called Wine and Slow Jam, so it was pretty good there, man. Ran into a few people that I know, and the event was of course surrounded by alcohol and hookah. And I'm on my program right now, so I'm not drinking. So, I thought this was a good test for myself because I tell people that all the time they can go places and enjoy themselves and not indulge in the nonsense and indulge in drugs, and that's what I did today. So y'all can miss me with that bullshit talking about, well, I have to do it. They gave me a shot. I had to. My friend, they called me boring. I want to hear that shit. All right? You can do the same, right? You don't have to just live a boring life because you're trying to get on your grind, because you're trying to stay fit, because you're trying to lose some weight, drop some fat, build some muscle, build your butt, whatever your goal is. You can still go outside and have a good time. They had food there. Now, they did have some bullshit. They had mac and cheese balls. They had a lot of fried foods. A lot of alcohol. Hookah. A whole bunch of bullshit. So I got, they had one little station with like some jerk chicken and rice and peas. So I got that. The rice was nasty. So I ended up just eating the chicken. So I ended up getting, adding my protein intake. So that was cool. But this the thing right here, man. If you can't go to these places without, getting a drink, you absolutely need a drink. You absolutely have to be buzzed. You absolutely have to be under the influence. You got an addiction, bruh. Nah, real talk. You have an unhealthy addiction with alcohol or an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. That's ridiculous, man. Like, real talk. And then it's crazy because you look around and you see people and it's like, some people look crazy drunk. And it's like, dang, that's what I look like. But you really don't need that, man. You don't. So, not only did I notice, right? Hold on. All right, now we getting into the podcast, man. Now we it's time for the podcast. The podcast is starting now. That was just the introduction, right? So, not only did I notice, what people look like when they're drunk, I noticed there was a lot of fat people in that joint too. And let's be real, man. Let's be real. About 80% of the people in there, it might have been more than 80%. I mean, it was crazy, the amount of overweight people there, man. And I was just thinking, like 10, 20 years ago, I swear it was not this many overweight people. Like, it's really getting out of hand, bro. Right? Like, as a trainer, I can't not see that. Like, I just see dollar signs all over the place because I'm like, that's a client, that's a client, that's a client, that's a client. But I wasn't in there recruiting clients, of course. But, and before I really dive deep into the podcast, I want to add one more thing. Not only were there like 80, 90% fat people in there.
I'm not going to say what race, what people.
What demographic you think they were?
I'm not going to say what race, what people.
Take a wild guess. What community do you think they came from? Of course, the black community.
I'm not going to say what race, what people.
Listen, I love our people, but I'm going to call this out. We got to do better, man. And what's even crazier is they had a long line of people. A long line of people. I'm talking to the line was almost at the exit. It was at this big venue, this big space, like a lot of farmland. They had a stage, they had vendors. I'm talking acres, right? People, cars were packed. Big. It was no spots in the parking lot. Hard to maneuver. People were waiting in line. I'm telling you, man, the line probably took. It got to a point where I got there early, so I had to wait in line. But the line probably took 30 minutes to get in, right? And what's crazy to me is, you drove out there. It was in Anne Arundel County, which is a little hike from where I live at, closer to D.C. You drove out there. It's like a 30-minute drive. Wait in line. You spend time, a couple hours at the event, but you ain't got time to work out. You spent your whole Saturday, basically your whole Saturday was centered around this event. And it's crazy to me how people tell me they don't have time to work out or they can't work out on the weekends. I'm not hearing that bullshit. I'm tired of it, bruh. I'm tired of it. I mean, it's never going to end. But I'm just pointing it out. Somebody who's going to see this podcast and realize, damn, I could have gone to the event. I could have got up and worked out this morning before I went to the event. You got to change your mindset. But the amount of time that people spent for this, and the amount of fat people there just to get fatter, is baffling to me. Baffling. Despicable. Not only that. And now last episode I talked about a couple clients having trouble paying me. So we had a math lesson today. So I had a little math lesson in my head as I was observing all of this stuff, right? You had to pay for gas. Let's just say that's $40. You had to fill your tank up, $40. The ticket, $50. There we go, $90 right there. We almost at $100, right? Parking. Let's just say parking was $10. We had $100. Then you get drinks and food. You're going to spend at least another $40, $50 in there. So you spend $150. You spent hours out of your day, right? $150 in a day ain't even. I don't charge no $150 a day to train. You know, so you spent a portion of your training package and maybe 3 or 4 gym sessions and time at the event, but you can't afford a personal trainer. You ain't got time to work out. Man, you know, man, this stuff is crazy, man. Crazy, dog. And last thing on this before I move on. I've been in this training game for a while, man, and I have a good grasp on things, and I played sports. I went to a couple different colleges. You know, being a trainer, I've dealt with people. I could just pick up on people and their tendencies like a 6th sense, bro. I'm sorry, like a 7th sense. I could pick it up like the back of my hand, man. I saw 3 clients there. 3 former clients, bro. 3 former clients. First one I saw, spotted her literally like a mile away. Spotted her. I've been around her so long, to the point where I'm around my clients so much, like I know their walk. Like I know them when I see them. Right? I have a very distinctive walk myself. And she was bigger than when she left me. And I'm not saying this to be mean, but people always leave my training program and act like I'm the problem. But when they leave, they might go to they either give up or go to another trainer. Either way, you don't end up getting the result that you want. You end up staying the same. And I'm talking about this a girl who started training with me like maybe 5-6 years ago, and she's bigger than what she was. Dog, it just really messes with me when I can't help people get to their goal, bro, and I'm giving them the tools and the answers. I saw another one, man, and she's a heavy girl, and she worked so hard, and she ended up giving up, and I feel bad, man, because I really was helping her, and she didn't lose no weight either. And then the third one that I saw, she works out on her own now. She does her thing. It just didn't work out with me and her being the trainer-client relationship. We were friends first, Then I was just too hard on her, bro. She ain't like being coached. She wasn't used to it, so it didn't work. But she's maintaining. She's doing her thing, but she ain't make no transformation either. So, so once again, man, yo, see Marty, I just be knowing, man. But I observed all that at the event today, and it's crazy, man. I like that I was able to go there and exercise my discipline, and just really know that I'm doing good work out here, man. I'm doing good work. So people that support and listen to the message and apply to their lives, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all, man.
Honestly, I mean, they're one of the best fans in DMV.